Good morning students. What was learned in the previous class ma? Dimensional analysis, and then dimensional analysis of basic physical quantities, and then dimensional equation and dimensional formula, then dimensional constant, dimensionless constant, dimensional variables, dimensionless variables, principle of homogeneity of dimension. What are the uses of dimensional analysis? That all are learned in the previous class. In the today's session, okay, already I explained the two applications of dimensional analysis. Now I explain the third application of dimension analysis. A third use to establish a relationship between the physical quantities. Relation between the physical quantities. Okay. Physical quantities. Okay, establish a relationship between the physical quantity. For example, F is equal to ma அப்படின்னு எடுத்துக்கிட்டிங்கன்னா force it will be depend upon the mass and acceleration. Okay, force it will be depend upon the mass and acceleration. So we explain mass it will be increases and automatically force to be increases, and acceleration to be increases, force to be increases. So force it will be completely is based on the mass and acceleration. So this is the relationship between the one quantity and another one quantity. In your home having 4 members, one member it will be depend upon the another one. So it will be relate with one another. One person will be the father of the another one person is the sister of another one person, that it will be relate with one another. One person it will be relate with the some other person in your home. So this is the relationship between the physical quantities. So how to establish a relationship between the physical quantities? First we take one physical quantity, it will be depend upon the other physical quantity Q1, Q2 and Q3. Okay, so it will be take A, B, C also. A, B, C is the power of the dimensions of other 3 physical quantities Q1, Q2, Q3. Okay, so in your book having one example problem, I explained that obtain an expression for the time period T of a simple pendulum. Simple pendulum time period obtain பண்ண சொல்லிருக்காங்க expression. The time period T depend upon mass of the bob, length of the pendulum and acceleration due to gravity. Taking k is equal to 2 pi. So what are the given values? T it will be completely based on the mass of the pendulum, length of the thread and acceleration due to gravity. Mass of the pendulum and length of the pendulum and acceleration due to gravity. Time period இதெல்லாம் டிபெண்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கு, நீங்கள் டைம் பீரியடை கேல்குலேட் பண்ணுங்கள் அப்படிங்கிறது தான் உங்களுடைய கொஸ்டின். ஓகே, ஸோ A, B, C we will take, and then T it will be proportional. You have to cancel by using one constant, that is k is equal to it will be equal to k into m power a l power b g power c. K it will be put k is equal to 2 pi. Okay, so T is equal to 2 pi into m power a l power b and g power c. We take that this is equation is first. Okay, this equation is 1 you have to take, and then put the dimension formula for all the quantities. This equation you have to take dimension formula for all the quantities. T is equal to k is equal to k. This equation you have to take first equation. இதை வந்து நீங்கள் ஃபஸ்ட்டாக எடுத்துக்கோங்க. ஓகேவா, then k into m. Dimension formula for T is T, just T. Then dimension formula for k does not having constant dimension formula, so just explain, just put k. Then m, dimension formula for m just m, dimension formula for l just l, dimension formula for g acceleration due to gravity, that is l t power minus 2. Okay, substitute the value of a b c and again mention the value symbol of a b c. So நான் இப்போ என்ன பண்ணியிருக்கேன், இந்த ரெண்டு சைட்லையும் டைமென்ஷனல் ஃபார்முலாவை மட்டும் போட்டிருக்கேன். T just mention T ஸ்கொயர் பிராக்கெட் ஆஃப் T. டெம்பரேச்சர் கான்ஸ்டன்ட்டுக்கு டைமென்ஷன் கிடையாது, ஸோ கேனே மென்ஷன் பண்ணிக்கோம். M கேபிட்டல் M, L கேபிட்டல் L, G LT பவர் minus 2. ஓகே, தென் இந்த சைடில் M L T இருக்குது, இங்கே இல்லை. ஸோ நம்ம எப்படி மென்ஷன் பண்ணிக்கணும்னா M பவர் 0, L பவர் 0, T பவர் 1. ஓகே, இஸ் ஈக்குவல் டு K இன்ட்டு m power a. Okay, m power a, l power b, இங்கேயும் l இருக்குது. ஸோ l power b, l power c. Okay, l power b into l power c வரும். ஸோ lb lc. Clear that ma? And then t மற்ற ரெண்டு டேர்மில் இல்லை, இங்கே மட்டும் தான் இருக்குது. ஸோ -2c. Okay, so m power 0, L power 0, t power 1 is equal to k into m power a, L power b plus c and t power minus 2c. Then a by squaring, comparing the powers on both sides, comparing the powers on both sides, ரெண்டு சைடில் உள்ள பவர்ஸை கன்சிடர் பண்ணுங்கள். powers on both sides, a it will be equal to 0, b plus a, இங்கே a 0, b plus c 0, b plus c is equal to 0 and minus 2c is equal to 1. Okay, ஏக்கு இங்கே 0 இருக்குது, b plus c, எல்லுக்கு b plus c இருக்குது, இங்கே எல்லுக்கு 0 இருக்குது. ஸோ p plus c is equal to 0, tக்கு minus 2c இருக்குது, இங்கே 1 இருக்குது. ஸோ minus 2c is equal to 1. Okay, first get the c from this equation. C is equal to minus 1 by 2. Substitute the c value in this equation. b minus 1 by 2 is equal to 0. So p is equal to half. Okay, a value is 0, b value is half and c value is minus half. Okay, so a is 0, b is half, c is minus half. Substitute the a, b, c value in equation 1. What is equation 1? t is equal to k into m power a, L power b, c power g power c. So substitute all the values. T is equal to k m power a, what's the a value ma? 0 and b value half and g value minus half. Okay, then k value is 2 pi, so 2 pi, m power 0 is 1, then L power 1 by 2 by g power 1 by 2, denominator kodundinga g power half. Okay va, then 2 pi into 1 1, so L by g, root of L power 1 by 2 ngadu root 2, so root of L by g. This is the formula expression for time period in a simple pendulum. So t is equal to 2 pi root of L by g is the formula for time period in a simple pendulum. Simple pendulum time period kind of formula 2 pi into root of L by g. How did you get ma? So first we consider time period will be directly proportional to the m power a, L power b, g power c, and proportion will be cancelled by putting the constant, that is k. T is equal to k into m power a, L power b and g power c. Substitute the dimension formula for both sides. Dimension formula for t is t and dimension formula for m is m, capital M, and L is capital L and g is L t power minus 2. And then left hand side we take m power 0 and L power 0 and t power 1, and both sides the powers to be compared. A it will be equal to 0, b plus c is equal to 0, we getting b is equal to half and minus 2c is equal to 1, c is equal to minus half. So a, b, c values you have to apply in equation 1. So t is equal to k into m power 0, L power half, g power minus half. So k value is 2 pi into 1 into L power 1 by 2 by g power 1 by 2. L power 1 by 2 is a square root, so square root of L by g. So this is the expression for time period in a simple pendulum. Okay, this is the third application of simple pendulum. Sorry, this is the third application of dimension analysis. Next I explain the limitation of dimension analysis. How will explain that limitation of dimensions? What is the meaning that limitation? Limitation means kuraipadugal. Dimension analysis edula fail. Okay, so limitation of dimension analysis, first one, limitation of dimension analysis, first one, limitation 1 does not give no information about, no information does not give no information about diamondless constants. What is the meaning of the diamondless constant? 0, pi, e, 1, 2, etc. Numbers pi, e all are constant. That will be no information about the diamondless constant. Diamondless constant ki endha information may kudukadu. Okay, and second one, dimensional analysis is not applicable to the equation having trigonometry, logarithmic and exponential. Is not to be applicable to an equation, is not to be applicable to an equation having logarithmic, exponential and trigonometry. 3 equations எது இருந்தாலும் logarithmicனா என்னமா log of a something like that, log a, log c, log of x power 1 by 2, anything, then exponential of minus 2, exponential of 0, and then trigonometry tan theta, sin theta, some angle, it will be mentioned as sin, cos, cosine, tan, that all are not explained in the form of dimension analysis. So dimension analysis is not applicable the equation having trigonometry, exponential and logarithmic. Okay, and then third one is not suitable to the equation having more than 3 physical quantities. Is not suitable. It is not suitable to an equation having more than 3 physical quantities. Having more than 3 physical quantities. 3 physical quantities க்கு மேல இருந்தது அப்படினா more than 3 physical quantities. 3 physical quantities க்கு மேல ஒரு equation வச்சிருந்துச்சுனா அதுக்கு not suitable. Okay, so dimension analysis is not suitable. It is not suitable to an equation having more than 3 physical quantities. M, L, T 3 physical quantities இருந்தா okay, அதுக்கு மேல இருந்துச்சுனா அதுக்கு நம்ம வந்து அப்ளை பண்ண முடியாது. Then fourth one, dimension analysis couldn't say whether a quantity is a scalar or a vector. So couldn't say, it couldn't say, அதால சொல்ல முடியாது, couldn't say whether a quantity is scalar or vector. So one quantity is scalar or vector does not denoted by dimension analysis. So dimension analysis couldn't say whether a quantity is a scalar or a vector. Then fifth one equation is a dimension analysis only check that the equation is dimensionally correct, not to be accurately correct. So one equation will be given by the dimension analysis, that the dimension analysis only check that the equation is dimensionally correct or not. Okay, so I take one equation, that is v is equal to s is equal to ut plus half at square. Okay, this equation is dimensionally correct. Then I take the another one equation, s is equal to ut plus 1 by 3 at square. This equation is also dimensionally correct, but the correct equation is Newton's third equation of motion is s is equal to ut plus half at square. But s is equal to ut plus 1 by 3 at square is also dimensionally correct. But this is the second equation is not absolutely correct. Is not a equation of motion. So that the equation, suppose that the equation does not absolutely correct but dimensionally correct. So is a very worst limitations of dimension analysis. Okay, so s is equal to ut plus half at square is the second equation of motion, because the numerical value 1 by 2, 1 by 3 does not having dimension. இதுக்கு டைமென்ஷனே கிடையாது. அதனால நீங்கள் அப்ளை பண்ணும்போது டைமென்ஷன் அனாலிசிஸ் படி both sides will be equal, so that the two equations will be dimensionally correct, but that the first equation only absolutely correct, second equation is not to be absolutely correct. That all are the limitations of dimension analysis. First one, no information about dimensionless constant. Second limitation is not to be applicable to the equation having trigonometry, logarithmic, exponential. And third one, it is not suitable to the equation having more than 3 physical quantities. And fourth one, it is couldn't say whether a quantity is a scalar or a vector. And fifth one equation is dimensionally correct or not only say by dimension analysis, that the equation is not absolutely correct. So that the dimension analysis couldn't say that the equation is absolutely correct. Okay, then next we will go for significant figures. Significant figures. Okay, significant figures is nothing but take one number, the meaningful digit in a number, it will be called as significant figures. Meaningful digit in a number, for example 1464, you take 1464, 1 2 3 4, that the 4 digit will be the meaningful, because 1 is a 1000th place and 4 is a 100th place and 6 is the 10th place and 40 is the 1's place. That all the numbers, all the digits in a number, it will be meaningful. So the meaningful digit in a number, it will be called as significant figure. So 1 2 3 4 significant figure. Okay, some rules is there that the rules it will be explain the significant figures in a number. Okay, I tell one by one. Okay, you have to take one note and then note down all the points to be explain the significant figures. Okay, so first one, non-zero digit, all non-zero digits are significant figures. All non-zero digit is called significant figure. What example? 1984. So that is the year number. So 1 is the meaningful digit, 9 is a meaningful digit, 8 is a meaningful digit, 4 also meaningful digit. So the 4 meaningful digit will be give the 4 significant figure. 0 illama non-zero digit enna vandalum adu significant figure. Okay, this is the first rule. And second rule, zeros between the non-zero digits. Zeros between non-zero digit. Zeros between the non-zero digit. What's the meaning that na? 2 not 8. 2 zeros in between the non-zero digit will be considered as a significant figure. So 1, 2, 3, 4 significant figure. ரெண்டு non-zero digitக்கு நடுவில் இருக்கக்கூடிய ஜீரோவும் meaningful digit தான். So that is 4 significant figure. And third one, trailing zeros. What's the meaning of trailing zeros? Trailing zeros without a decimal point. Trailing zeros without a decimal point are not significant figure. கிடையாது. For example, 4000. So significant figure is இது எதுவுமே significant figure இந்த 4 only significant figure. So significant figure is 1. Okay, trailing zeros without a decimal point. Then trailing zeros with the decimal point. Without a decimal point, with the decimal point, it will be considered as a significant figure. 40.00, the significant figure is 4. Decimal point இருந்ததுன்னு வெச்சுக்கோங்களேன், 0 consider பண்ணும். So with the decimal point, the trailing zeros also considered as a significant figure. So without the decimal point, the trailing zeros are not a significant figure, but with the decimal point, trailing zeros have to be a significant figure. So 40.00, that is 4. Then 5, trailing zeros come from measurement. What's the meaning that come from measurement? Come from measurement means 40,000 meter. So trailing zeros, if mentioned with the unit, it will be called as a significant figure. So 4. So 40,000 meter, it will be called as a significant figure. So trailing zeros comes from measurement. So comes from measurement. It will also consider as a significant figure. That is a 4 significant figure. Trailing zero decimal point illana significant figure consider agadu, but without a decimal point, with the decimal point will be considered as a significant figure. And then comes from measurement, it will be mentioned with the unit, is also considered as a significant figure. Then sixth point, okay, sixth point is right side of the decimal point and left side of non-zero digit. Right side of decimal point and left side of a non-zero digit are not a significant figure. Right of a decimal point and left of a non-zero digit are not significant figure. For example, 0.00345. Okay, right of a decimal point is there. Right of a decimal point, left of a non-zero digit. This is significant figure கிடையாது. So significant figure is 3. 1, 2, 3. Right of a decimal point, left of a non-zero digit. Right of a decimal point, left of a non-zero digit is or not a significant figure. So 0, 0 is not to be a significant figure. Only 3, 4, 5 only the significant figure. And then seventh one, right of a decimal point and right of a non-zero digit. Right of a decimal point and right of a non-zero digit is to be considered as a significant figure. Okay, example 0.00340. Right of a decimal point right of a non-zero digit. This right of a decimal point, the right of a non-zero digit. So in the rendu consider agadu, but 3400. So 3400, it will be considered as a significant figure. So that's a significant figure is 4. Okay. So right of a decimal point, right of a non-zero digit also considered as a significant figure. We explain one example with an example 0.003400. So 00 after the decimal point not to be a significant figure, but after the non-zero digit will be considered as a significant figure. After the non-zero digit will be coming, the trailing zeros also considered as a significant figure. So 3400 is the 4 significant figures. And then 8 point, right of a non-zero digit and left of a decimal point are significant figure. Example 3070 point. Right of a non-zero digit and left of a decimal point. Right of a non-zero digit. Non-zero digit ku right la side la varadum, decimal point ku left la varadum significant figure da. So 30700 having 5 significant figure. Okay. So right of a non-zero digit and left of a decimal point are significant figure. So example is 30700, right 30700 and left of decimal point ku left layum non-zero digit ku right layum varakudiyadhu significant figure da. So 5 significant figure. The 9th one, power is irrelevant to. Power is irrelevant to significant figure. Power is irrelevant to significant figure means example 3.4 into 10 power 2 and 3.4 into 10 power 5 and 3.4 into 10 power 7. That all are having powers, but only the value only we will consider. So that the significant figure is 2 only. That the 3 having only 2. So power வந்து நம்ம significant figure consider பண்ணவே மாட்டோம். So 3.4 எங்கெல்லாம் இருக்கோ அதை மட்டும் தான் significant figure. And then 10th one, significant figures does not depend upon the system. Doesn't depend upon the system. Depend upon the system of units. Doesn't depend upon the system of units. So simply the significant figure does not depend upon the system of units. System of unit depend பண்ணிருக்குது. For example 4.56 meter, 4.56 centimeter, 4.56 millimeter, centimeter in CGS system, meter in SI system. Two system it will be differ, then we will consider only the values, not to be the system. So significant figures does not depend upon the system of units. Okay, that all are the 5 points you have learned thoroughly after you work out the significant figures problems. Okay, first one, non-zero digits are significant figures. Zeros in between the non-zero digits are significant figures. Then trailing zeros without a decimal point are not a significant figure. Trailing zeros with a decimal point to be considered as significant figures. Trailing zeros as comes from measurements is also considered as a significant figure. And then right of decimal point, left of non-zero digit are not significant figure. Then right of decimal point and right of non-zero digit are to be a significant figure. And right of non-zero digit and left of decimal point are to be a significant figure. Power is irrelevant to the significant figure, and significant figures does not depend upon the system of units. So that all are the 10 points you have to learn thoroughly. Okay, then next we will go for radian and steradian. Radian and steradian. Radian is angle and steradian is angle. Okay, radian, the angle it will be subtended at the radian. One circle you have to take, the angle subtended at the center of the circle. The angle subtended at the center of the circle by an arc. The length it will be equal to the radius of the circle. For example, in your arc at the green, okay, arc, okay, that the arc it will be form the angle at the center of the circle. சென்டர் ஆஃப் த சர்க்கிள்க்கு ஒரு ஆங்கிள் நீங்கள் ஃபார்ம் பண்ணுது அப்படின்னா the angle subtended at the center of the circle by an arc that the length it will be equal to the radius of the circle. லென்த் அதாவது ரேடியஸ் மாதிரியே ஒரு லைன் நீங்கள் போட்டு ஒரு ஆர்க் ஃப்ரேம் பண்ணுறீங்க அப்படின்னா அந்த ஆர்க்னால சென்டர் நோக்கி ப்ரொடியூஸ் ஆகக்கூடிய ஆங்கிளுக்கு பேர் தான் ரேடியன். ரேடியன் இஸ் ஆல்வேஸ் டினோட்டட் as பை. ஓகே, ரேடியன். So that is the definition for radian. Then second one, taking the sphere. Okay, sphere, the angle is subtended at the center of the sphere by the surface of the sphere, that the area it will be equal to the square of the radius of the sphere. That the area it will be equal to the square of the radius of the sphere. So the angle is subtended at the center of the sphere by the surface, that the area it will be equal, which the area it will be equal to the square of the radius. எந்த ஸ்பியரோடைய ஏரியா அதோடைய ரேடியஸ்க்கு ஸ்கொயராக இருக்குதோ அந்த ஸ்பியரில் சென்டரில் க்ரியேட் ஆகக்கூடிய ஆங்கிளுக்கு பேர் தான் ஸ்ட்ரேடியன். ஓகே, ரேடியன் அண்ட் ஸ்ட்ரேடியன். ரேடியன் இஸ் ஒன்லி இல் பி ஃபார்ம் இன் அ சர்க்கிள். ஸ்ட்ரேடியன் இல் பி ஒன்லி ஃபார்ம் இன் அ ஸ்பியர். ஓகே, ஸோ இந்த ரேடியன் ஸ்ட்ரேடியன் ரெண்டுக்கும் உள்ள டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் உங்களுக்கு புரியுதுல? ஓகே, நெக்ஸ்ட் ஐ எக்ஸ்பிளைன் சம் டேர்ம்ஸ், some important values in this lesson. Pi radian is equal to 180 degree. Pi radian it will be equal to 180 degree. Pi அப்படினாலே twice of 90. So 2 into 90, that is 180 degree. And 1 radian is equal to 180 pi pi நுறு. That the value is 57.27 degree. So 1 radian is equal to 57.27 degree. And then 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. சின்னதாக ஒரு சர்க்கிள் போட்டிருந்தா டிகிரி, சின்னதாக ஒரு டேஷ் போட்டிருந்தா மினிட், டபுள் டேஷ் போட்டிருந்துச்சுன்னா தட் இஸ் செகண்ட்ஸ். ஸோ 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes, 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds, and then 1 degree is equal to pi by 180 radian. ஓகே, ஸோ இந்த இடத்துல நீங்கள் 1 degree is equal to எப்படி எடுப்பீங்க? 1 degree is equal to pi by 180 radian. So pi by 180 into radian, it will be equal to one value is there. Pi value it will be put, 180 value it will be put. We consider 1.75 into 10 power minus 2 radian. This is the value. You have to memorize it. Okay. Then 1 minute is equal to, we take 1 minute. 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes. So 1 minute is equal to 1 degree by 60. So 1 degree by 60. Substitute the 1 degree value and sig 1. How will you get the 1 degree value? 1 degree in your book last page, one logarithmic part, and then the degree part and the tangent, cosine, sine. புக்கில் லாஸ்ட்டில் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா லாகதம் சைன் காஸ் டேன்லாம் இருக்கும். அதில் போய் நீங்கள் 1 degree என்னென்னு பார்க்கணும். ஸோ 1 degree value by 60, we calculate 2.91 in 10 power minus 4 radian. Then 1 minute is equal to 60 second. So 1 second is equal to 1 minute. Actually 1 second is equal to 1 minute by 60. Okay, we want 1 degree. So 1 degree is equal to 1 minute by 60 into 60. So 1 second is equal to 1 degree by 1 degree having 60 minutes and 1 minute having 60 seconds. So 1 degree by 60 into 60, that is value is 4.85 into 10 power minus 6 radian. That all the values you have to learn thoroughly after you work out the problems. Okay, so 1 pi radian is equal to 180, 1 radian is equal to 57.27, 1 degree is equal to 60 minutes, 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds, and 1 minute is equal to 2.91 in 10 power minus 4 seconds. 1 second is equal to 4.85 into 10 power minus 6 radian. Okay, that all are learned in the, that are all the values in your book, and then you have to learn thoroughly. Okay, then in the today's session what was learned, that is third application of dimension analysis, and what are the limitation of dimension analysis, what are significant figures, what are the rules to be followed to mention the significant figures, then what is called radian and steradian, how will you define radian and steradian, what are the important values in this lesson. Okay, that all are learned in this session. Today home assignment for this session. Learn the limitation of the learn and write limitation of dimension analysis. Learn and write the limitation of dimension analysis, limitations of dimensional analysis. first one, and second one, work out the example problems, 1.13, 1.14 and 1.16. Okay, note down the homework ma. Learn and write the limitations of dimension analysis and work out the example problems 1.13, 1.14 and 1.16. Thank you.